The Manhattan Project was one of the most significant and secretive undertakings in human history. It was a race against time, fueled by the fear that Nazi Germany would develop atomic weapons first. The project, a collaborative effort between the United States, the United Kingdom and Canada, commenced in 1939. Its goal to unlock the secrets of the atom and harness its power to create the most destructive weapon ever conceived. The world stood on the brink of war. The specter of Nazi domination loomed large. The potential for an atomic bomb, a weapon of unimaginable power, hung in the balance. The Manhattan Project represented a gamble, a desperate bid to win the ultimate scientific arms race with the fate of the world hanging in the balance. The project drew upon the brightest minds from across the globe. Scientists, engineers, and mathematicians converged on secret locations across the United States. They worked tirelessly, driven by patriotism, a sense of duty, and the chilling realization that failure was not an option. The seeds of the Manhattan Project were sown in the fertile ground of fear and uncertainty. In 1938, German scientists achieved nuclear fission, splitting the atom and unleashing its awesome energy. This breakthrough sent shockwaves through the scientific community. It raised the alarming possibility of a weapon of unprecedented destructive power. Albert Einstein, a refugee from Nazi persecution, penned a letter to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. He warned of the potential consequences of German atomic research. Einstein's letter, coupled with mounting concerns from other scientists, spurred the U.S. government into action. The Manhattan Project was born. Initially, the project's progress was slow and uncertain. The science was complex, the challenges immense. However, as the war escalated and the threat from Germany grew more ominous, the project's funding and urgency increased exponentially. The Manhattan Project was a massive undertaking, requiring exceptional leadership at the helm. Two figures emerged to guide the project to its tumultuous conclusion: Major General Leslie Groves and J. Robert Oppenheimer. Groves, a no-nonsense military man, brought order and discipline to the sprawling project. He oversaw the construction of massive facilities, managed logistics, and ensured the project's secrecy. Oppenheimer, a brilliant physicist, served as the scientific director of the Los Alamos laboratory, where the bomb itself would be designed and built. The partnership between Groves and Oppenheimer was a study in contrasts. Groves, the pragmatic soldier, and Oppenheimer, the contemplative scientist, clashed on many occasions. However, their shared commitment to the project's success ultimately overcame their differences. The Manhattan Project was a testament to the industrial and scientific might of the United States. At its peak, the project employed over 130,000 people and cost nearly $2 billion, an astronomical sum at the time. From the bustling laboratories of Chicago to the remote reaches of Hanford, Washington, a nation was mobilized in the pursuit of a single terrifying goal. Construction projects on an unprecedented scale transformed the American landscape, all shrouded in secrecy. The vastness of the Manhattan Project's operations is difficult to comprehend. Entire towns were built from scratch to house workers and their families. Factories worked around the clock, producing the materials and components needed for the bomb. Section 5. The Secret City, Los Alamos, and the Atomic Bomb. Nestled in the high desert of New Mexico, Los Alamos Laboratory became the epicenter of the Manhattan Project's most critical work, the design and construction of the atomic bomb. Isolated and shrouded in secrecy, Los Alamos was a city like no other. The brightest minds in physics, chemistry, and engineering converged on this remote outpost. They worked tirelessly, driven by the knowledge that the fate of the world might rest on their shoulders. Life at Los Alamos was intense, the pressure immense. Within the confines of this secret city, two distinct types of atomic bombs were developed. The gun-type bomb, a relatively simple design that used conventional explosives to fire one piece of uranium into another, and the implosion-type bomb, a far more complex device that used explosives to compress a sphere of plutonium to critical mass. Section 6 Hanford, where plutonium flowed like water. While Los Alamos labored to design the bomb, another critical aspect of the Manhattan Project unfolded in the desolate plains of eastern Washington state. The Hanford site, a sprawling complex of reactors and processing plants, was tasked with producing plutonium, a key ingredient for one type of atomic bomb. The challenges at Hanford were immense. Plutonium, a man-made element, had to be produced in nuclear reactors and then chemically separated from highly radioactive byproducts. The work was dangerous, the conditions harsh, and the stakes incredibly high. The Hanford site's reactors, unlike any ever built before, hummed with a sinister energy. They produced plutonium in quantities never before seen, but at a cost. The environmental impact of plutonium production at Hanford would be felt for generations to come. Section 7. The Metallurgical Laboratory, a Crucible of Innovation. At the University of Chicago, far from the top-secret labs of Los Alamos and Hanford, another vital piece of the Manhattan Project was taking shape. The Metallurgical Laboratory, led by the brilliant Italian physicist Enrico Fermi, focused on understanding and controlling nuclear chain reactions. Fermi and his team faced a daunting challenge: how to create a sustained nuclear chain reaction, the key to unlocking the atom's awesome power. Their work culminated in Chicago Pile 1, the world's first artificial nuclear reactor. The successful operation of Chicago Pile 1 in 1942 marked a turning point in the Manhattan Project. It proved that a sustained nuclear chain reaction was possible, paving the way for the development of atomic bombs. Section 8. The Gun-Type Bomb, a simple design with enormous power. The gun-type bomb, codenamed Little Boy, was one of two atomic bomb designs developed during the Manhattan Project. Its operating principle was relatively simple: fire one subcritical mass of highly enriched uranium into another, creating a supercritical mass that would unleash a nuclear explosion. While conceptually straightforward, building Little Boy presented numerous engineering challenges. The uranium had to be machined to exacting tolerances, and the firing mechanism had to ensure a perfect high-speed collision. Despite its simplicity, Little Boy was a weapon of terrifying power. Its detonation over Hiroshima, Japan, on August 6, 1945, unleashed an inferno that killed tens of thousands instantly and left a scar on the human psyche that endures to this day. Section 9. The Implosion Bomb, a symphony of precision and destruction. The implosion bomb, codenamed Fat Man, was a far more complex and sophisticated weapon than Little Boy. It relied on a precisely timed implosion to compress a sphere of plutonium to critical mass, triggering a runaway nuclear chain reaction. Designing and building Fat Man pushed the boundaries of scientific and engineering knowledge. It required the development of novel explosives, intricate detonation systems, and a deep understanding of plutonium's unique properties. The successful detonation of the Fat Man bomb over Nagasaki, Japan on August 9, 1945, demonstrated the devastating effectiveness of this design. The implosion method became the standard for subsequent generations of nuclear weapons. Section 10. Trinity and the Dawn of the Atomic Age. In the desolate Jornada del Muerto desert of New Mexico, the culmination of years of intense research and development was about to unfold. The world's first atomic bomb test, codenamed Trinity, would forever alter the course of human history. On July 16, 1945, at 5:29 a.m., the pre-dawn darkness was shattered by an explosion of unimaginable power. The Trinity test marked the dawn of the atomic age, an era defined by both the promise and peril of nuclear technology. The blinding flash, the searing heat, the mushroom cloud towering miles into the sky, these were the harbingers of a new and terrifying era. The world would never be the same. Section 11. Legacy of the Manhattan Project, Triumph and Tragedy. The Manhattan Project stands as a testament to human ingenuity and a chilling reminder of our capacity for destruction. It ushered in the atomic age, an era marked by both the promise of technological advancement and the specter of nuclear annihilation. The project's legacy is complex and multifaceted. On one hand, it led to the development of nuclear weapons that could destroy entire cities, ushering in a new era of global insecurity. On the other hand, it spurred advances in nuclear science, medicine, and energy production. The Manhattan Project also raised profound ethical questions about the role of scientists in society, the use of science for destructive purposes, and the responsibility of nations to prevent nuclear proliferation. These questions continue to resonate today as the world grapples with the legacy of the atomic bomb.